This video, it isn't even clickbait. It's for real. China is banning Fortnite and a whole lot of other games too. Woo. Here we go, back at it again with yet another video. G'day guys, I'm Champ. If you end up enjoying today's video, make sure you smack that like button real good. Also, since demonetization is a lovely thing, if you do happen to play Fortnite, please use my code ChampChong in the Fortnite shop. It would be greatly appreciated since YouTube doesn't like me. But anyway, this is a breaking news report today because, well, Fortnite is being banned in China, and so are a whole lot of other games, including PUBG and a bunch of others. If you don't know, earlier this month, the Chinese government established its Online Ethics Review Committee, a group tasked with reviewing games that are online games to establish whether they violate the country's social and ethical rules. Of the 20 popular online games reportedly included in the first batch of reviews, 11 were instructed to take corrective action to address the committee's concerns. The other 9 games failed the review entirely and now seem to have been banned in the country. If we do take a look at the list of games on this list, so there are 20 games as I did mention. Now you can see some of these do state corrective action. So they are the 11 games that have been told, hey, you've got to change some of the stuff that is in your game to be able to continue played in China. But then you've got some there, including PUBG, including H1Z1, and Fortnite from Epic Games. They state prohibited/withdraw. So that means they are out of the Chinese gaming market from now on. What I find interesting is that they do have causes for every single one of these games as to why they need corrective action or why they've been prohibited/banned. And to me, it's just strange that Fortnite even falls under this because it states blood and gore, vulgar content. Like, what? Like, seriously? Since when does Fortnite have any blood or gore? And what vulgar content? What, you can't floss dance on someone? Seriously? I don't know how strict China is. Well, I do know China's a pretty strict country, and this is just complete proof right here with all these games being banned. But this is just insane. There are also other games under here which you can see, and a lot of these games are owned by Chinese companies, but they are huge in the West too. So if you do see Tencent on there, which is a big company over in China, and they actually own part of Fortnite and PUBG too. But you can see Arena of Valor is a game by Tencent Games. You've also got a Riot game there, which is League of Legends. And then if you look down even further, another corrective action game is Overwatch. Then you've got Blizzard's game Diablo there, and then World of Warcraft also by Blizzard. And there are just a whole lot more games in there. Some of these games we've probably never heard of because they're only really big in China and nobody out in the rest of the world plays these games. But those ones that are highlighted right here, the ones in bold, are pretty noticeable games. They're pretty popular games around the entire world, and one of those being Fortnite. What's interesting here is that China is actually wanting to ban pretty much every single Battle Royale game in existence. Any game that is of Battle Royale genre, it will be banned in China from going forward from now on. Now, even though Fortnite is the biggest game in the world right now, PUBG actually has the majority of its player base from the entire world in China. So the majority, I think like 75% of its player base, maybe even more. I'm not 100% sure what those numbers are anymore, but it is a huge player base of PUBG is in China. So it's going to be interesting to see what Bluehole actually does here, what Tencent Games actually do, because they are going to lose out on so much money not having the Chinese player base anymore. They're probably going to have to do a workaround or something like that, but they didn't do anything to their game to change it once the Chinese government did state, hey, you guys are going to need to make some changes here because we are going to bring these laws into place. And well, now they're actually paying for it. So I don't know if they will be able to find a loophole of any kind, but it does hurt them tremendously. But the only, I guess, good news here is the fact that without these Chinese players in a game like PUBG, that means less hackers, less cheaters, less people that are going to ruin the experience for the entire rest of the world. Because if you do know PUBG, it's a very, very easy game to hack. It's a very easy game to cheat in. And well, a lot of that actually does come from China. And without that player base, that means a much more fun, fluid experience for the rest of the world. So I guess there is a bit of a silver lining, but also at the same time, the publisher and developers are going to lose a lot of money not having that Chinese player base because it is huge. And speaking of huge, we jump back to the huge game at hand here, which is Epic Games' Fortnite. And I actually just can't believe that Fortnite is on this list. I totally understand it. Fortnite is a battle royale game. Well, Fortnite Battle Royale is a battle royale game. But the thing is, I'm shocked that it's on here, even though I know it should be technically, because it is a battle royale, and that's what China want to get rid of. They want to just completely eliminate all battle royale games from the get-go. They don't want to see any more battle royale games played by their citizens. And I guess if they've got that stance, if their government wants to shut that down, that's what it is. After all, China is a very, very strange country. They are very strict, as I mentioned. They don't even have YouTube. They don't even have other apps and things like that. They're very controlling in a way. I don't want to get into politics or anything on this channel, but we all know what China is like. Unless you're like 10 years old, you probably don't know. But you will find out one day what China is like. They're nowhere near as bad as North Korea, but it's still pretty bad. And just thinking about it right now, if a Chinese government official ends up watching this video, I probably won't ever be allowed into the country ever again. Then again, I've actually never been to the country. Or have I? Wait, I don't know. No, I haven't. I don't know why I had to think about it that much. Maybe it's all the video games corrupting my brain and making me forget. Oh no, maybe the Chinese government is 100% correct that we should ban Fortnite. No. Anyway, just a complete side note. If you guys are wondering, does this have anything to do with the recent stuff that has been in the news regarding Fortnite? No, it doesn't. It has nothing to do with that guy that was here in Sydney, Australia that bashed his wife. That was a completely different story. And I actually did that video, and as you guys know, it got demonetized. Nowhere near as bad as the situation for those people, but it still sucks, man. YouTube is kind of like China now. Damn, they're really cracking down on everything. But yeah, it has nothing to do with it. This thing was in place over a month ago. They were setting it all up in China. The government finally put it all into place yesterday, I believe. And now we have found out the news that, yes, Fortnite, PUBG, H1Z1, Paladins, pretty much every game that you can imagine that is popular online and happens to be a battle royale is now banned and gone for good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below regarding this matter. What do you guys think? Do you think this is unfair? Do you think this is right? What do you think about this? I'm going to be shocked to read anyone going, yes, they should definitely be banned because these games are terrible or something, because that'll be pretty funny to read, but also kind of shocking at the same time. What I will, however, totally understand is people going, yes, less players from that region because then less hacking and less cheating and things like that. And that definitely goes for some games out there, but not Fortnite. I really don't see where this, like, what? How on earth does it have blood, gore, and just vulgar content? Like, on what planet are these people living on that they think it has vulgar content? Maybe some of the dance moves, maybe Epic could get rid of those, but there is no blood in Fortnite. There is no gore. Really, I can't think of anything, because when you shoot someone, numbers pop up. When they die, they don't explode. There's no blood. There's nothing. They don't even really die. The only closest thing I can get is someone being downed. That's the only thing I can really think of. But when they die, they get sucked up into that thing. I don't even know what it is. It just takes the character. And there's it's all digital. And it just blows my mind that things like this are still happening in this world today. Seriously, I guess we're going to have to wait another 20 or 30 years until my generation, people in their 20s, are going to be officials in government. Maybe even not then. I don't know. There's some pretty dumb people out there that are going to be like, oh my God, they should be banned. I don't even want to get into it. But it's a weird world we live in. Hopefully they figure out a way to allow the gamers out there to get their hands on some of these games in China. Because at the end of the day, There are people out there in China that are going to miss out, and that's the sad thing. They're going to miss out on playing some of these games, and it sucks, because what if they've put a lot of time into these games, or a lot of money into these games, and they just want to play their games, and now they can't, because the government's like, well, we're controlling you. It kind of sucks. I guess you should just move to Australia, the best country on the planet. I don't know why I did that, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.